Imagine this. You're a single mom. You love your kids, you work hard, you're doing everything right. But one day, your own child's grandparents take you to court, demanding the legal right to see your kids, even when you said no. And the state agrees with them. What happens next would change family law across all of America. This is the story of Troxel versus Granville, a custody battle that started in a quiet town in Washington state and ended in the U.S. Supreme Court, rewriting how America defines parental rights. But behind every legal headline, there's a family, emotions, pain, and a simple question. Who truly decides what's best for a child? Meet Tommy Granville, a young mother of two girls. Their father, Brad Troxel, had separated from her but still wanted to stay involved in the girls' lives. Brad's parents, Jennifer and Gary Troxel, loved their granddaughters deeply. They visited often, brought gifts, helped when needed. But after Brad tragically took his own life, everything changed. The relationship between the grandparents and Tommy began to fall apart. Tommy felt it was time to move on, to heal, to raise her children her way. But the Troxels didn't agree. They said, "We're family. We have the right to see our grandchildren." And so, they went to court. Under Washington law at the time, any person could petition the court for visitation rights, not just parents. The Troxels used that law to sue Tommy for visitation, demanding regular court-ordered time with the girls. Tommy didn't forbid them from visiting. She simply wanted to set her own boundaries as a mother. But the local judge disagreed. The court ordered more visitation than Tommy was comfortable with, ruling that it was in the best interest of the children. Tommy was devastated. It felt like the state had stepped into her home and told her how to raise her kids. She decided to fight back. The case made headlines. Can grandparents override parents? Are parental rights under attack? Lawyers, advocacy groups, and even politicians started paying attention. As the case climbed up the appeals ladder, the question became bigger. Does the government have the right to tell fit parents how to raise their children? Eventually, the case reached the Supreme Court of the United States. In 2000, the Supreme Court finally gave its answer. The justices ruled in favor of the mother, Tommy Granville. They said the Washington law was too broad. It allowed courts to interfere with parents' fundamental rights. One justice wrote, "The Due Process Clause protects the fundamental right of parents to make decisions concerning the care, custody, and control of their children." In simple words, if you are a fit parent, the state can't just step in and decide what's best for your kids. That power belongs to you. But even with the legal victory, the emotional scars remained. The Troxels, the grandparents, never meant to harm their family. They just didn't want to lose their granddaughters. Tommy wasn't trying to punish anyone. She just wanted peace and control over her own life. In the end, the law decided in her favor, but no one truly won. The children lost a father, and a family was forever divided. Troxel versus Granville became one of the most important family law precedents in American history. It reaffirmed that parents, not judges, not social workers, not grandparents, have the primary right to decide what's best for their kids. Since then, many states changed their laws about third-party visitation. Now, courts must consider whether the parent is fit before interfering. The case is still cited today, every time a similar custody battle arises. Maybe the real lesson isn't just legal. Maybe it's about how fragile families can become when grief turns into conflict, and how love can look like control when fear is behind it. It's easy to judge these stories from afar until it happens to you. And then you realize Family court isn't about winning or losing. It's about surviving. This case reshaped family law, but it also showed how deeply personal justice can be. If you want more real-life stories like this, true, emotional, and eye-opening, subscribe and turn on notifications. Next week, a $1 million will that split a family in half. The inheritance battle no one expected.